Okay, so Eric and I started watching this Netflix show. My girls know of this.
I think it's Ryan Trahan, I think is what his name is.
Is that what his name is? Okay, so
younger guy, yeah.
What I think is pretty amazing about watching the show, like we were totally like submerged in like his story and what he was trying to do. So he did a collaboration with Mr. Beast, and basically it was an effort to raise money for to feed families, and so anyways, it's a funny narrative, and you just have to watch it. But so what I thought was super interesting is that he started with a penny. So this dude, mega influencer, TikTok. He actually is the creator of the Joyride bar, the candy bar.
Oh, I don't know.
So yeah, he's got, definitely has dollars. He's probably a billionaire at this point. He's a young kid, right? So, but he made a point. He started with a penny, and he said, I'm in LA, I'm gonna make it to the other opposite end of the coast.
I think Mr. Beast is like North or South Carolina.
Yeah. And so he was gonna make it to Mr. Beast, but only on a penny. So he had to get really creative and use the resources that he had in front of him to create enough dollars to buy a plane ticket, to buy a case of water, and learn how to sell the water on the beach. And so he got super creative on how to make that happen. So essentially what he did was use what he has and multiply it. So you may not have a lot of resources. You may not have a lot of dollars. You may not have a lot of time. But what you do with those limited things is what matters. And it will multiply. It will compound. It will start making massive shifts in the way you think, the way you operate, the way you move. So wherever you are, if you have limited anything, time, energy, money, do what you can with what you have in front of you. We are literally doing this at the Powerhouse right now. So last December, we took down a wall. We didn't really even have a lot of money to put into it, but we used the space because we had it. We have access to it. We used the equipment that we had in our basement, and it worked, and it took off, and people started coming. They started to see the difference in what intentional training is like. Even to this day, we are very limited in what we are providing as far as the equipment, but it doesn't matter because we're having massive change in the people that are coming and participating. And on average, in the last 3 months, our members are losing 3% body fat and gaining 3 pounds of muscle. That's average. That's the trend. That's the way it's going. And so it just goes to say, use what you have. And it's a lot of those things they're either within you or they're right in front of you. They're little things that will really make a big difference if you trust the process. You use the resources that are right in front of you. And it's a pretty amazing process to build and trust and believe that you are capable of so much, because you really are. So check out the episode. It's actually super cool. It's super fun to watch. And you'll be totally inspired by what you can do with a penny. It's pretty cool.
Well, and like part of it too that I think was cool is that he had a thing where if he hit $50,000 into the GoFundMe, the foundation for the meals, that he had to start back over. So whatever money he had accumulated, started with a penny, then he sold waters for $2, and then he like bought a cooler, used that to make the waters cold, then he brought the cooler back, like all the different things. But then if he got $50,000 in that account, then he started over back to a penny. And like Mr. Beast threatened him, he's like, where you at? And he's like, let me know when you get to your next spot. And because all he has to do is donate $50,000, the guy has to start over again. So like, for us even, we've been to a point where you don't have a lot, and then you do it and you make it work, and it's freaking hard, and then you're like, okay, I'm growing, and then you kind of get like, for us, we got comfortable, right? Wouldn't you say? And then the resets happen. You go through different changing points. As Pastor Greg Holder calls it, he calls it a tipping point. Like you make a pivot or you change whatever direction you're going, and then you get to do it again, right? And it's like it's really awesome, because once you do it once, it's a lot easier the second time, obviously, but you can do a lot with a little. And I think the other thing is we underestimate our value. I've heard it a lot from different people that I don't know if I know enough to do, whatever you're trying to do, be a trainer or be a different position at work or whatever it is. Like, I don't know if I know enough, but Alex Ramosi put a post the other day and it talked about, like, if you're uncomfortable, then if you feel like you don't know enough, then that means you're learning and you're growing. Because as soon as you think you know it all, you're just falling backwards. So I think that's something to be aware of for myself that I've kind of went through, is like, I don't know if I know enough to do like the personal training aspect, but really there's a lot that I do know. I just undervalue myself, and I think some of that comes with just time and confidence, so.
Right. So using what you have also involves experience and expertise and character, things that you've built along the way. So this kid with a penny, he's an entrepreneur, he's creative, he owns those character and those skills about himself that he could do so much with a penny. And next time he had to do it again, it just compounds. He's able to do it faster, quicker, more efficient. And so let that encourage you. If you're starting with a penny, go for it. Like, own it. Own where you're starting, own your starting point, and keep building. All right, guys, have the most amazing weekend. We love y'all. Bye.